10020. Today I want to tell you about a story painting by Chanel that was stolen. A holiday in London was supposed to be relaxing time for Natalie, a senior art history and Oxford graduate, and her best friend Alice, a mystery novel writer. However, the mood changed when they decided to visit Camden Antique Market on a bright Saturday morning. Amid the hustle and bustle of visitors and row of antique shops, their steps come to a halt in front of a small shop owned by a man named Robert Greene. Inside the shop, Natalie Kearns eyes were caught by three small antique sketch drawings. Her heart raced and she realized the identity of the creator. The sketches were original work by William Turner, the legendary 18th-century English painter. To Natalie's assessment, the artwork by the master, Ward the Son of Bond, was priced just £100. When she inquired of the owner, Robert Greene admitted to updating the drawing from a mysterious man a few hours early, unaware of their true value. Inside that something was amiss, Robert proceeded to contact a friend who was an art expert to verify the identity of the work and report to the police if they turned out to be stolen. The next day, shocking news broke of the revision. Original sketch by William Turner, believing of the wealthy collector Lauren Windsor, has been stolen from his residence. Natalie and Alice raced back to the Robert Greene shop, only to find that it had been broken into the window glass and was shattered. The sketch had vanished for the second time. Alice, realizing a tall, suspicious man wearing a hat at Robert Greene's shop the day before. Driven by Chrissy, Natalie and Alice head to Lauren Windsor Greene residence near Highland Heath. At the Windsor estate, they were greeted quickly by the owner and his daughter, Mariana. Alice and Natalie began interviewing the household staff to find clues about the initial thief. Together with Daniel, the security guard, they reviewed the CCTV footage. The cameras captured a mysterious figure wearing Charlie, the house cleaner, coat and hat, leaving the house on Saturday morning. The investigation led them back to the Camden Market. There, they spot the suspicious man in the headquarters again. After casing him through narrow alleys, they cornered him inside a bookstore. However, the conversation brought another surprise. The man in the hat claimed to be part of the Histrionic Club, a secret organization investigating history and art crimes. Before they could gather more information, the man invested mysterious among the slaves. Shortly afterward, Alice and Natalie visit Robert Greene at his shop once more. This time, Robert's story began to falter. Complaining about his poor memory, he changed his statement. The person who voiced Turner's sketch to him was not a man, but a young woman with dark skin, curly hair, and green eyes. Features that frequently myself Pauline, Mariana Nenny. Sensing falsehood in the story, Ellie devised a trap. Together with Natalie, they create all the household stuff at the Windsor residence. Carly the cleaner, Arthur the gardener, the cooking couple Liz and Jacob, Pauline the nanny, and Daniel the security guard. Alice announced that they had discovered the true identity of the thief. Suddenly being broken up from the corner of the room. Unexpected, Mariana Windsor burst into tears and confessed to everything. Confessed, I was the one who took those drawings. I took her coat and hat so my face would be recorded on the cameras. Mariana explained that she was deeply obsessed with collecting rare comic books when her father stopped giving her pocket money due to her overspending. Robert Greene persuaded Mariana to trade items for her father's house to get the comic books. Unaware of their immense history value, Mariana took her father's runner sketch to exchange for her dream comic. Although the mystery of the first thief was solved, and Mariana was forgiven by her father, the whereabouts of Dana's cat stolen a second time from Robert Greene's shop remained a mystery. Working together with Detective Smith, they faced Robert Greene, who finally confessed to having conceived named Michelle Wright. Signal tracking led them to the city of Newcastle, where an international art festival was taking place. Natalie, Ellis, and Detective Smith immediately sped up to Newcastle. However, after adversity hard at the festival and cornering Metal White, they discovered that the cash he was carrying contained only bananas. Michelle was that he had never received a call from Robert Greene and had not been in touch with the CD dealer for over a year, alleging they had been tracked by Robert Greene to lure them away from London. The trio of investigators impeded toward the capital. Arriving in London in the early hours of the morning, they spotted Robert Greene leaving his residence carrying a sweet tray to flee. A face cast inside through the dark alleys of London, Robert jumped into a taxi, forcing Ellis, Natalie, and Detective Smith to pursue him out the city, electric by and full speed. Detective Smith fell after being struck by the taxi's drum door opened by Robert Greene, but Ellis and Natalie sat close behind the taxi until it came to stop at a red line on Regent Street. Robert Greene stepped out, his face red with rage, drew a knife with pointing it directly at Ellis and Natalie. In that critical moment, Pat, the brave taxi driver, halted swiftly from behind, using his son's baseball bat thrown under his seat. Pat struck Robert Greene on his head, him unconscious instantly. The suitcase was secured, and the three skates by William Tanner were safely recovered. Robert Greene was handed back to the police station to face justice. Pat, the taxi driver, received a substantial reward from his bribe, which he used to buy a new bicycle for his son and to fulfill his dream of owning his own taxi. Deeply moved by this event, Lauren Mitchell made a major decision. He and Mariana decided to donate their entire collection of art and rare comics to a national museum so that the general public could enjoy the safely from crime. 1 week later, at the opening ceremony of a new gallery at the National Gallery, the biggest surprise awaited the two friends. In recognition of their service and experience, Natalie was officially appointed a new curator at the National Gallery in London. Meanwhile, Ellis could publish content from a former published to write a mystery novel based on the true story of the stolen Turner drawings. United began as a casual stroll through Camden Market had ultimately led them both to the greatest dream of their life. Maybe that's all for me. Sorry for any mistake. Thank you.